Hey, so we are live. It is, in fact, Sealed Wax Sunday, but we are doing this from YouTube since we were out of town for a few days and we did the Friday show on Facebook. Got my Bucky's holiday shirt. So it is a Sealed Wax Sunday, so we're going to do the Sealed Wax Sunday format. We're going to do it on YouTube, which is usually the Friday thing. So, Sealed Wax Sunday, we will open up something sealed. In this case, we have some Panini Revolution NBA cards from last year that we'll open up for our main event. We've got one of the specials for Sunday is we always do some Leaf. So I've got a big Hawken pack of Leaf here, which is always some excellent stuff. Then we usually do a second look at something. We usually do a chase. We'll do a lot if we have one. And our theme from now until Christmas is we'll open up something holiday. So we're going to start off with a second look. We've got some Don Russ. I believe I got the Ravens in this one. I don't see a big honkin' envelope, so I must have missed out on the oversized downtown this time. But that just means maybe we got the regular downtown, which is unlikely because the mega boxes have that very much. All right. So I got the Ravens, the Bills, and the Cowboys. So I guess we'll do the Cowboys first. Since that getting them was more or less just a downtown hunt. There's nothing in here top loaded. We do have a Micah Parsons press proof green. It's interesting because the the base downtown or the base Don Russ are very basic. Generally not too impressive, so it's all about trying to find the big downtown or whatever. All right, we got some Bills. And the fact that I'm doing the show now instead of watching football shows you how interested I am in the NFL this year. And I couldn't even name or recognize the name of most of these people. All right. We've got Maxwell Hairston, rated rookie. Then we've got the same card, but rated rookie, some sort of parallel. There's so many parallels, and they don't put like the names on them. Or give you like a cheat sheet of what's what. That's why I like the numbered ones, because you can at least look up. Okay, well, this is out of $3.99. So I like my odds that it is this. And kind of match it up a little bit more from there. All right. Kyle Van Noy. So I was watching a game Sunday or Thursday. And they were doing the deal where, like, they say what their college is. I thought Noy was BYU, but he said something weird. Maybe I just wasn't paying fully attention, but it didn't sound like he said BYU. All right. We do have a bunch of specials. So we've got a green press proof for Isaiah Likely. We've got an Action All-Pro Lamar. Good looking card there. We've got Dominator, 2 Dominators for Kyle Hamilton. The other one's exactly the same. We've got Malachi Stark in the same pattern we just saw. Another Dominator. And a best of instant Lamar. Not wearing his mouth guard. We talked about that last time. All right, so nothing too cool. Got some more O's logo fracture to get to. So we'll do that next. All right. 2 cards. Chance McDermott. He's a rookie, but not a logo fractor. And then we've got a Richmond logo fractor to 150. Good blue. I've been working on my calendar. My 2026 Colgate calendar arrived in mail. And I got myself a box of 12 colored pens. And I picked the top 10 teams I intend on following this year and gave them their own unique color. So I color-coded my calendar. Always goes on a Colgate calendar. So here are the top 10 teams I follow. In red, we've got University of Maryland. And this covers everything from football, soccer will go on there, baseball for sure, softball maybe, maybe a little bit of lacrosse, maybe a little bit of basketball. Don't know, I haven't really done too much with them. Also covers hockey, men's and women's. Football, which I'll probably go to again next year, but we'll see how things play out. Yellow went to UMBC. Soccer, basketball, so they're going to do my basketball home. We'll probably do baseball, softball in the spring. Another sport. And they also have hockey, men's hockey at least. Oh, and maybe lacrosse. I don't know. Orange goes to Frederick Keys, who will be my top summer baseball league team. Might put some O's on there, might put some Ironbirds on there. Bowie doesn't look awesome. Brown goes to the Bears, which I know are the Black Bears, but they got Brown. And those will be my Friday night team when they're in town, which basically means twice a month. The pinkish magenta maybe goes to Colgate, alma mater, one and only. They do play games down here in most sports, and that's an effort. The dark blue went to Annapolis Blues, which is interesting because I've never actually been to Annapolis Blues game. However, I did watch them pretty closely on the internet. It's the middle of summer. It's hot. Like every time I watched a game online, they were talking about how hot it was, or rainy, or stormy, or whatever. Basically, was glad I was watching it on TV. But now I know a little bit more about it. Might be worth making the hour drive once or twice to check them out. Other teams that could possibly be on that list that didn't get a color. There's some other football in the area, other soccer, and then the basketball. So I went to 2 or 3 Capital Seahawks games last year, which is nice. Frederick's got a team in the same league, and there's a new one starting up in Baltimore. So I haven't sorted that out yet. There's no schedule yet, so that could end up in the same category. And then a lighter blue for Spurs, who, of course, I have no intention of going to live. But I do make an effort to check them out when I can. Dark purple, maybe? Went to DC Power, who I did not see at all in the fall because I was looking at other soccer. But I do have tickets. I got a 6-pack. So I need to make an effort to get to their spring games. Make my family go to clear up some of those tickets. Purple went to Towson. I know their colors are yellow and black, but UMBC claimed the yellow, so they get the purple. There's some basketball games of theirs I would go to. Football, I went once. It wasn't that impressive. They do have baseball, gymnastics, and they play some of the teams that have a higher level of interest in. So I can see myself getting to a few of those. Dark green, crop dusters. Now, again, their color is not dark green, but essentially they're farmers. Farmers like things green. They got the dark green. I've had an interesting history with them. I had season tickets first couple years. Then I tried to get to do the baseball card thing with them, and I just cannot get a response from them at all. Like, I've run into people from the team like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Oh, shoot me an email. And then you do, and they don't respond. And they haven't responded to my emails, my Facebook messages, just nothing. So I was kind of like, oh, really? And haven't been going a lot. But they are like the only team. And I spend so much time traveling, it would be nice to go see the only team, especially now that they have a nicer field and all that. But then we're having the issue with Only Boys and Girls Club. So they have this nice property over on the west side of town. A lot of sports fields, a lot of events. They had to cancel their Field of Screams this year. Because basically they've been running it without the proper permits and just saying it'd be better to just pay the fine than to do it properly. It was just like a couple of noisy neighbors complaining, which kind of sucks, but their attitude wasn't great either, which is, well, we're just going to do it. And they do charge a lot. So last year we went to their Winter City Lights, and I enjoyed it. Like it had cost a ton, but I enjoyed it. And this year we got tickets again, and they're still super expensive. Well, they're not doing the trail this year because I guess the same permitting stuff, but they're just not doing the trail. Now in their advertisements, trail. So we paid for tickets, and then we're realizing now that they're open, oh, they're not doing the trail. People are like up in arms about it. So they're kind of bad neighbors. So my wife's going to try to get either a refund or a discount because, no trail. So we'll see if I realize only Boys and Girls Club and the Crop Dusters have some separation between them, but it is there. They are working together. And hey, we're live, pal.
I'm disgustingly filthy.
She's disgustingly filthy. Hey, we're just talking about Only Boys and Girls Club and the Field of Screams and the thing.
Oh. Misrepresentation of product if what we're hearing online is accurate.
So we're discussing if I'm allowed to go to Crop Dusters if they end up screwing us over.
Well, I am not angry at the Crop Dusters, but if somebody charged me over $50 a ticket just to see a lit up electric tree, I'm going to be mad.
Which is cool. I do like
It's cool. It's just not $50 cool.
Right.
It's like $20 cool, maybe $25.
Even with the trail, was it $50 cool? Maybe 40, 30.
Yeah. It's the site fee they get you with. The actual tickets, like $34. Totally reasonable. Assuming all that we thought was included. But then they added $20 site fee at the end. Not cool.
And then they took away the trails. So Crop Dusters might be in the doghouse. And it's only fair if I can put teams in the doghouse, she can do it. I will support her in solidarity. We'll find some other baseball stuff to do. Then I've got other local stuff and other. All right. So we're into our chase. They're chasing Matt Shaw. He plays for the Cubbies, who are easier to watch from Olney, Maryland than the Nationals or the Orioles, because at least you can get them on MLB TV. All right, we'll set our top loaders off. All right. So this is our first look at the update series. Got a Cade Horton. So it is the same. There's Matt. It is the same design as Flagship. It's just added on cards, which makes sense. We got a second Matt Shaw. And then some different inserts and parallels and such. We've got an All-Star Game, Matt Boyd. Justin Steele. PCA has a day. Dirt Dynamos. Oh, there's Shaw and Swanson. All right, let's get into our top loaders. Looks like 4 of them. Kyle Tucker. Night Terrors. Good for you, buddy. We got a Matt Shaw, which appears to be a perfectly normal card that they threw in a top loader. He is a rookie. And same with these guys. So no big hits on our chase, but any Matt Shaw card is a good Matt Shaw card. All right. We're into our main event level. Our first look at some Wizards Holiday. And Wizards won a game. They could still break the record for longest losing streak this year. We'll just have to start a new losing streak. Oh my gosh, I was listening to the Maryland game yesterday. I was just listening online, and one of the radio broadcasters was like suicidal. He was talking about how embarrassing it was, which is never good when your own broadcasters are doing that. And here's the guy who screwed the Wizards and making his last second shot there. Good job, bub. Maybe over one of the breaks, I'll try to get to a Wizards game. It's just not a super high priority for me. Especially because I got a nice seat for UMBC. And honestly, I'm super happy with it. I get to sit nice and up close, watch some good basketball. They have a good atmosphere there. So, I mean, literally for the price of halfway decent, lower level tickets to a single Wizards game gets me the entire season of UMBC, which I will take. All right, so I got one top loader here. It's Jordan Poole. It doesn't look like anything extra special with it. So I've just been a stability deal. So nothing special there. On Friday, we will do more holiday, and we'll just keep doing holiday stuff every time we open things for the rest of the year. So we do have a Winter Revolution tin. This will be our sealed wax part of the show. Absolutely love Revolution. I've said this many times. Good checklist. Nice looking cards. No, Topps just got back into basketball. I hope that means Panini's not getting out of it. I hate to say Topps is ruining everything, but fewer cards for more money. Just look at this card. Scoot Henderson. And the snowflakes and the foil refractor. Get a good look at it. There we go. A nice card. The secret is I gotta block my face. Look, we got LeBron. I remember when we were hearing all about the gambling scandal a couple days ago, and it just disappeared. No one's talking about it anymore. It was looking like it might have blown up. They quieted that down real fast. Last pack. And we'll listen to the Wizards and the Caps, especially when it's the midweek or a time where I'm otherwise not doing anything else. Middleton. You might ask about the streaming services. I didn't see any of them doing a real Black Friday deal. Nothing big. All right. So main event, I've got some Leaf. And usually with Leaf, you win 10 people and you actually hit on 2. This is a big honking pack. So I don't know what exactly I hit on. But sure looks like a lot. Which is good because pretty much every Leaf card is a hit. I do have some base in some of our sets. So I don't know if we just saved up a couple more breaks or what. That's a lot. Oh, smaller bag and big bag. So in that gimmick. And this is sealed too for reasons. And my slicer's all the way over there. They've gotten me this once already. And notice a lot of cards. A lot of cards. Okay. Okay, all right. We got a lot. All right. Let's just get started. Football Nation. Okay. So you got Gabby, 1 of 1. I'm trying to remember who he plays for. Not autographed, but 1 of 1. I put it as a name. Let's look it up real fast. Oh, buddy. Barcelona. Well, I thought maybe he was in the Premier League, but clearly not. Alrighty. We've got a Gareth Bale. $49.50. Base. Henry Winkler. Funds. 1 of 50. Jim Kelly. 20 of 50. Kevin Smith. To 25. Lawrence Fishburne. Out of 3. Kelsey Grammer. 50. And Terry Hatcher, 25. This looks like more of the same. Let's have a look. Oh, Alyssa Milano. Rodman. Gabby again. This one's the 15. Jimmy Johnson, 15. Another Kevin Smith. That's this one, a 5. Kevin Smith, the 50. Hey, we're live, pal.
Yeah, you need to be not live soon.
I can cover the camera for a minute.
I'll let you go in.
Ric Flair. All right. Now we're getting into the hits. One of one. Proof. It's Phil. It's an aquatic, Trevor Jackson. And an aquatic, Will Howard. The shark behind him. All right. Into the autos and such. One of one. Larry Zonka. Famous from Miami Dolphins. American Gladiators. We've got a Chris Hakopian Spectacular Futures signature, 35. Looks like he's in his Maryland gear. Oh, this is spectacular. So he must have signed this just before he died. He's not literally dead. He's just dead to me. All right. And this looks like something. What on earth? All right. What? No. An 8-piece relic. Spectacular franchise. So I got Sammy Sosa. And Sammy Sosa had, but so did 7 other people. And then they randomed this card between the 8 people who have a piece of it, and I won that too. So this is an 8-piece relic, numbered to 20. Just look at the names on here. Holy moly. We got an Ernie Banks jersey piece, Ryan Sandberg bat piece, Billy Williams jersey, Greg Maddux jersey, Rizzo, Santo, Andre Dawson, and Sammy Sosa. So it has 8 relics on one card from some pretty big names. That's really cool. The Northsiders. And we'll close it there so my wife can get out of the shower. Now I have my calendar. Let's put a plan for the week. All right, so Wednesday, Towson is giving away a jersey of some sort. There's a Spurs game, and UMBC men are playing at Cap 1. Friday, I'm locked in for the Bears, 7:30, and Maryland hockey. No, UMBC hockey is playing at 8:40. Usually I can't do that double because it's just not enough of a head start. And then Saturday, Spurs in the morning. Looks like UMBC hockey and Maryland women's hockey at the Gardens. That we could turn into a doubleheader. If I felt like it, UMBC going to Baltimore. So definitely Friday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Saturday night. And then Friday, well, so that's going to mess up Friday afternoon show because I'll probably just go straight to Bears since that makes the most sense. So we'll either be Thursday or Saturday or just super late. See you guys.